The following program is for adult audiences only.
Time to open up some whoop ass.
We bring the heart to the heartland, where the souls collide, dreams expand, it's not ours to set. We're bumping chops and running roads in the world of pro wrestling, with the weak will show. From the top row to the depths below, the warriors in the ring with nowhere to go. Blood, sweat, and tears, it's a battle of the wills. We bring the heart to the heartland. Heart to the heartland. Turn the volume up, they can hear from hell. Everyone's ready, so let's ring the bell. Ding, 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 let's start the clock. HCW, yeah, we're bumping chops.
Welcome back to HCW's Bumping Chops, where the chops hurt and the words mean nothing. I'm your host, Billy Simmons, co-owner of Heartland Championship Wrestling. Joining alongside me is my co-host and good friend, Bobby Casey.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bumping Chops. I think it's 20, to be exact. Episode 20 of Bumping Chops.
Man, that's crazy.
Feels like it should be like more like 10.
You know, 20 seems a lot. I didn't know if we'd get there.
Well, we're there. Episode 20. Nice. But also, Bumping Chops is brought to you by the Chubby Buddy Studio. So if you like or listen to Bumping Chops, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and also leave a comment or any questions that you have for us.
And to get the latest information on HCW, follow us at HCWlive23 on all social platforms. Again, that is HCWlive23. We also go live with all of our shows on our Facebook, so check us out there.
And on today's episode, we're going to hit you with some wrestling history, as we always do. And I picked this one out for a certain reason. I'm going to see if our guests kind of know why I picked it. And we're also going to highlight what happened at HCW's Last Chance and maybe get into some stuff that's going on at HCW's biggest show of the year, Legacy. And we're going to sit and chat with some very special guests.
Yeah, some friends that become some fans that have become friends. And I'm excited to have them on.
I guess when I think of these two, right? And we do have two guests. So when I think of these two, I think like when I hear somebody like Jordan over at Calling All Sasso said their name, or whenever I hear, oh, this person's going to be at the show, like I think of the main characters from Ready to Rumble. Crown me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this week, we are joined by HCW's diehard fans. They are the definition of, I would say, why you do what you do every month at HCW.
Yeah.
They are none other than Jacque and J.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hi. What's going on?
Hello. God.
You didn't think you were going to be compared to two dudes, were you?
He killed me with that.
Yeah, got me right off that. I got tears coming out of my eyes.
Little
proud.
That was good. That was good. That was very good. So how you two doing?
Pretty good.
Good. Have y'all tried this beer yet?
No.
It's
No.
garage beer.
The Kelsey Brothers.
The Kelsey Brothers beer. But it's pretty good. Last episode I drank the lime one, and the lime one was really good. And this light one's not bad at all either.
Nice.
Might have to give it a try.
Like, we have no right to be picky because younger we were drinking Old Milwaukee's Best. So
hey, that shit was cheap.
Hey, Pabst Blue Ribbon, man. $5 for a 24-pack. You can't even knock it.
For a 24-pack?
Yeah.
Since when has that been?
Pabst's been cheaper than anything. You go take the change out of your mom's sock drawer and go buy a case of Pabst.
Last time I had Pabst, it was still expensive.
Hey, I'm too boozy for Pabst.
Too bougie? Too bougie?
Look, I don't even drink anything that's lowbrow anymore because I don't feel like I'm at the age where I have to drink anything that tastes like pig piss, so I'm good.
This one's pretty good. Like, I don't like Bud Light.
Yeah, Bud Light's pretty. I'm not a big Coors fan.
I'm not going to talk shit about the Great Rocky Mountains.
Here we go. Here we go.
But no, why don't we start this off with some today in wrestling history, all right? So April 14th, 1993, WCW holds its first ever event in New York City at the Paramount Theater in Madison Square Garden Complex. In the main event, Sting defeated Big Van Vader by disqualification in a match with Vader's World Heavyweight Championship on the line. You guys have any idea why that's significant?
That was the first time that WCW went to Madison Square Garden.
But even smaller than that.
Oh, well, no. I don't.
Why don't you give them a little highlight?
So that was a strap match, if I'm not wrong.
It just says that it was it doesn't specify a strap match.
But Sting and Vader are my all-too favorite competitors ever. Vader being that was a big influence, watching Vader. I used to do Vader's moonsault, stuff like that. So Vader was a big influence on my career.
So I didn't know if you guys had listened to him talk about Vader or not.
No, I didn't know he was that big of a Vader fan. I like Vader too. I really watched it. I love watching his matches, the old school matches. I kind of miss the guy. I liked watching him on Boy Meets World too.
Oh, I forgot he was on Boy Meets World for a few episodes actually.
One of the guy's dads on the show, so he was on quite often.
It was it wasn't the long-haired dude's dad. It was one of the other kids' dad.
The big kid.
Oh, that's right. The one that's he's lost a ton of weight now.
Yeah, he had gastric bypass. I can't think of his name, but yeah, it was his dad.
Ethan
that's
Suplee,
right.
I think.
Okay, that's been a minute. He probably didn't
The
watch.
fact that was amazing.
Yeah, I watched what?
Boy Meets World.
I watched the episode. Like I just watched the part that Vader was on, and that was it.
Yeah.
Tune in for the one.
They actually had a lot of wrestlers on that show. That's why Topanga is such a big wrestling fan, because a lot of those guys were on that show back in the day.
Nice.
Like I said, Vader was on quite often because he was Frankie. That's his name, Frankie's dad.
Yeah, Frankie, and then he had that other skinny friend.
Yeah,
Nice.
the ditzy one.
the two.
I watched I watched the remake when they did Girl Meets World with my kids, and that was really good.
Yeah, my daughter watched that.
It was not bad.
I don't watch the
She's
remake.
not having that.
Topanga's on there. She's the mom.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but like watching Fuller House, they're kind of, it's just, I'm over. It was great when they were on. Stop trying to remake the whole thing. I'm done. It's like making Punky Brewster all over again. I'm done.
Well, I think that's a good segue to kind of see like what generation we all come from. I know where Billy comes from, but and I've listened to the very first episode you guys were on with Calling All Sasso. So like, where at in the world are we together? I guess you'd say like me and
Billy's
90s, 80s, 90s.
Yeah, 80s. Billy's the same age as Jay. Jay's actually a little bit older than Billy, and they're both 2 years older than me. So we're all in our mid 40s, yeah. So, yeah. See?
Oh, so you're the youngster, so you're happy?
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, my.
Everybody that we have had on here has been younger than me. And I'm like,
Yeah, well, I feel like being the older one on every single thing we've ever done. We're the oldest. So when we mention something from like the early 80s, everybody looks at us as like a
I'm old sold. How's that?
There we
he
go.
is
We'll
old
like
soul, yeah. He was around me too much when he was little.
Even my mom probably made me old sold with the music and
That's true.
TV shows.
Ain't
But
nothing
no,
wrong
like,
with that,
where are you guys at? Like, I know that on episode 1, we learned about your wrestling. Pretty much, Jay, we know that you got into wrestling a little bit. You were going to go train, and then you kind of had to make an ultimate decision early in your life about that too, didn't you?
Yes, sir. It was.
Why don't you give us about that?
Well, so like I went down to WLW. That's Harley Races School, and I went there. I was going to go for a week. It was a camp he had, and they had some of the guys from Noah from Japan show up there, and then they had scouts from WWF and TNA there, and they had also some special trainers like Larry the Axe Henning and IRS, so I got to meet those guys. I got to meet Harley Race, everybody he trained with, and like I'd say about 3 days into the training, we were doing rope exercises, and one of the guys stepped on me, like right on my rib. and I just heard a big crack, and I was sidelined for the rest of the time there, but like, I still got I got great advice while I was there, because I was always talking with BJ Race and the other guys that would come over. And Harley, when he wasn't training, he'd come over and he'd sit there by me and he'd tell me a lot of stuff. And his son was pretty good influence. And I also, I don't know if you guys know him, the Greek god Papadon. He was in the room with us. He's a former Super 8 champion. 3-time, I think 3-time or 2-time. I know for 2-time for sure, maybe 3-time. But he was with us too. And we had guys that were training there, like Nick Aldis. He was there. Let's say Joe Henning. Everybody knows him as I can't remember what he went by in WWE. But yeah, he was there too. And
what was his name then?
I really don't remember what his name was. Yeah, Joe Henning. He was in
We're sitting here asking each other, we all got phones.
Yeah. Well, I know him as Joe, so it's kind of like Nick Aldis. When he was with Magnus, I always called him Nick Aldis because that's what I knew him as. So, or but they all went by their real names. They didn't use their names around other wrestlers, their gimmick names. So I got to know those guys personally. It was pretty fun. It was a real great learning experience, and you got a guy like Harley Race in your ear telling you about stuff, and it just what made me not continue to wrestle though was BJ Race. She's like, what if one of these guys actually like you? You go around, you're gone all year for as many years as you do it. Could you be away from your family? My daughter was probably 3 at the time, and she was my world. She still is my world, but she was, at that time, that was my mini me. We were doing everything together, and I couldn't step away from that. So I just kept doing what I did. So didn't continue it. And at that time, I didn't know anything about Kansas wrestling. So I never got into any of that. I didn't learn about Kansas wrestling till I was older. And yeah, it's about the gist of it.
And what about you, Jackie? How did you, fall in love with wrestling?
Mine would have been early 80s, watching Andre the Giant fighting. I remember seeing Virgil get his face bashed open. I remember, when Hulk Hogan would come out. The 80s was really great time for wrestling. We didn't get it. It wasn't like it is now, so you didn't get it as often. And there was no pay-per-views, and WrestleMania wasn't a thing at the time. It didn't start until 85?
Yeah.
So we watched as much as we could, and then you see him on, and then it kind of stuck with me for many, many, many years until 90. When did Zach pass? 98. When the Attitude Era came, and our friend, my former boyfriend, passed away, and kind of just fell off from there. And it was just a weird time for females anyway. But then when he and I got back together, it kind of skyrocketed into a whole new thing. And that started with the show in Hutch on the midget wrestling.
Now, did you guys, I don't know.
Midget wrestling.
I can't take it. I would lose my, I can't take it seriously. I'd be like, oh my God. I'm a terrible wrestling fan. I'm a terrible wrestling fan already as it is. And it's not that I wouldn't watch it. Don't get me wrong. But if I was in the crowd and something happened, I don't know how I could be serious, how I could take anything serious. I'd be like, nah.
I don't know if you necessarily take it seriously, but it's just, I don't know. There's just something about somebody who's 3 feet tall doing a moonsault.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. So at HCW shows, they get personal with you, right? So if one of them tried to get personal with me, I'd be like,
stick them in your pocket and take them home.
Yeah. That dick in me would be like, come here, little guy. I would be the dick that picked them up.
That's all I'm saying. Just stick them in your pocket, take them home. It's fine. It was just a win, really.
I'm bringing Little Pecker in at some point. That's what's happening.
Well, here's your first thing you did wrong. Little Pecker, what?
Yeah, and he comes out in a chicken costume, and it's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
He's a buddy of mine from Oklahoma.
Little Pecker, or does he go by Lil Pecker?
Little
Pecker,
yeah.
Okay.
You know what? You should have told me that on my birthday. That's like the greatest thing I've heard in my whole life. I love midgets in general, but
He's
midget
super
wrestling.
busy all the time, so it's hard to get him in.
Oh, look.
Little pick.
That'd be a fun show. I don't know what
Jackie's
it
like,
is.
do it.
Do
What's his
it. I
intro
can't
music
encourage
like?
you enough.
It's fun.
Oh God.
Fun. Look him up. He's a good friend of mine.
I'm gonna have to.
But
So
I
after we
don't.
saw
Oh, I don't remember if you guys said this or not. Did you guys go to XWE shows before HCW?
no. How many did you go to?
I went to a couple of different Kansas shows. I know I went to like 4 or 5 in Hutchinson. I can remember what they all are. One of them was like
PCW.
KCW was one. I know I've seen.
You went to Stormy's first match at the
Yeah,
Cotillion.
I went to that. I go to a lot of wrestling. I was going to a lot of wrestling. I still
Bostic
do.
shows over at the Cotillion. For World Class.
Yeah,
He had some good wrestling on there.
See, and then like they had at the Smallville Comic Con, they had wrestlers there. Like the whole
that
week,
was
so
us.
Yeah. Okay. See. Yeah. So I saw like the Samoan Predator there for the first time.
God rest his soul. That was a good friend of mine. We had some battles, man. Woof. We had some fun battles.
I also saw a couple shows here at the Armory in Wichita, over there on Seneca.
So that was probably Lance Chafin.
Yes.
So that was probably those shows. He put on some decent shows also, but
And he's out of Haven too, right?
he's out of Mount Hope.
Oh,
but
wow. Okay.
he just couldn't keep his name out of trouble, I guess you'd say.
Yeah. So I've heard.
Put out some good trainees too. Like he's put out some good trainees also.
I also saw guys like Niles Plunk at NWL shows there at the I can't think of the name of it, the place downtown.
Yeah, Niles is great. That's a good friend of mine too. Have you got to see him with us? Because I brought him in a time or two.
Yeah, no,
with
we
us
saw him.
Okay, cool.
I brought him up because that was one of the guys I've seen before.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's done one Wichita show.
Christian Cage, I've seen him, or Christian Temple, I've seen him
Temple,
before.
yeah.
And what's the name with the heart glasses? What was his name?
Oh, and Tino Valentino. I watched him online. And I saw
that's
him
my dude, man. So you want to know something cool?
Yeah, when you brought him in, I was so excited. I was like, I can't wait for you to bring him back. I hope you do soon.
He made us go to the store to find glasses that had heart glasses just for that show. I was terribly mad we didn't get those.
When I first broke into the business, Tino's, I believe it's his uncle, was who ran the company called Amarillo Championship Wrestling. His name was Bryce Payne. And now down the road, I got to book Tino, so it was really kind of a full circle thing. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
He's done a couple HCW shows, hasn't he?
Yeah, Tino's worked for me a few times.
Comes out with the roses.
I need to bring him back to HCW. He's just booked a lot also.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I see him online.
Kind of like Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam's a fun watch, though.
Yes,
It's too bad you can't get him more often because he is a real fun watch. He should not be able to do the things he does. And every time it always surprises me.
That guy's athletic as shit. I've watched him for a while, man. And the first time I met him and Drake Gallows was actually for Sam Stackhouse's bachelor party. They had a wrestling show that evening, and then we all went from there to the bachelor party, and it was a freaking blast.
Was that the Aaron Helm story?
Yep.
Oh, wow. They didn't get into that story, but he did. He said thanks to Sam Stackhouse because they went to. Where did you? Oh, you guys went and like blew some money at a casino, but got your money back and bought some titles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good trip.
Well, what else would you do with it?
That was
You got extra money. Let's get the title.
you had to invest in your product, or people like y'all don't stick around. They're like, this is another. Let me go to something that's good.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Now, we go ahead.
Oh no, you're fine. I'm not going to
We
interrupt.
looked
Go
for
ahead.
wrestling for a long time in West Wichita, and there wasn't very much. I mean, for a good 3 years,
Or at
you'd
least
see
they
a
weren't
show.
advertising it
Yeah, not
because we weren't finding any. And like on a whim, we found HCW just like typing in because like we were for a long time. We were looking for wrestling shows in Wichita. There.
well. We were following wrestlers, independent
Yeah.
wrestlers, for a long time, and then we were just looking for. We see some in Oklahoma and some out in like good distance away that we really wouldn't be able to do. And then we went to the midget wrestling, and then I swear it was like the very next week is when HCW announced that they were coming and they were going to be at Osage. I'm like, oh shit, that's down the road. Let's go. And we did. We just go and have not turned back yet.
Nice.
Yet.
I like it.
She said yet.
Nah, they'll stay around.
Yeah, no,
She
yeah,
said
we
it,
probably
not me.
will. I mean, this is one of the funnest things we've ever done is being a part of HCW. So
Yeah, probably.
yeah.
We're pretty
Were you
hardcore
guys-
and dedicated.
Were you guys like me? Like when I went to my very first, I guess you'd call it a house show, just pretty much what HCW does. And I don't remember. I think he brought it up who it was. I was able to go see. You guys are familiar with Hutch, right?
Yeah.
At the Memorial Hall, they had a professional wrestling event, and Scotty 2 Hottie was there, and he lit himself on fire, and he had to get rushed to Hutch Regional Medical Center. And when my stepdad told me, hey, I got tickets to pro wrestling, and like in my head, I was like, because I went to Thursday Night Thunder in Wichita, right? So it was in my head. I was like, all right, this is gonna be awesome. Not at all what I was like. This ain't this is the Goodwill Thursday Night Thunder. Like that's what I thought, and that's why I think I'm like the worst wrestling fan ever.
That's funny.
I didn't know what to expect because a lot of independent shows that I would see were the really, really hardcore ones. And some of the hardcore matches, I like hardcore to a point, but sometimes that extreme hardcore is it's just not my bag. If you're breaking out like a board of scissors, I'm not into it. I like blood, don't get me wrong. I do. But some of that hardcore stuff, so I didn't know what to expect. And we were surprised and we just instantly loved it. Like, oh, we're coming back. Just can't not. And yeah, we sat where they had the bleachers against the wall,
Oh yeah,
and it was hotter than hell. But we sat there and watched the whole thing next to this little, I swear to God, what was he, like 4 years old?
4-year-old kid,
Copying everything we were saying, watching the crowd and just kind of getting to know, because you couldn't really hear. So it was like, who's that? Who's that? And we're trying to follow.
Our
and then
audio
we got,
was so bad.
yeah.
well, it's improved,
When and then people start cheering, it's hard. It's really hard to hear, That's
especially
why-
when you're in the back.
Yeah.
When you're in the back,
Until you
can't
find
hear.
out about VIP seats.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, look, we didn't even buy pre-bought. I think we found out like 2 days before, so we just went on a whim, and then we found out about the VIP, and we didn't even really know what all was included. We just knew that we wanted to be richer, so that's what we did, and we have never sat anywhere else, and now we have like a designated section.
Yes, y'all do.
So
Well,
your
we had
guys'
a
first
couple-
experience was the same as mine. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Well, it's okay to go into it blind, I think, because if we would have gone into it with different expectations, we would have been either disappointed or mind blown. So I kind of wanted to go into with a completely open mind, and I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I was very nervous going, not knowing what to expect, but then
She had me, and I'm a pro, so.
yeah.
Well, I didn't. I had just gotten back. Like I just went and saw Bert Kreischer, so like I was already pumped. Like I went and saw Bert Kreischer at the Intrust Bank Arena the night before. So I went in to this like I'm going to help out a buddy. No, I was like, this is like I felt like Bert Kreischer. I was like, dude, there's way too many damn people here. Like that was standing room only.
Yeah, that very first show.
Like
was
400
huge.
400 some plus people.
Yeah, it
That's
was huge.
insane.
See, and I don't do crowds at all, which is hilarious. But I just remember being so focused on what was going on in the ring. That's all I remember is being focused on going on in the ring and this little bitty tiny kid waiting for us to chant something for him to join
He
in.
can
with
lock
his little
in
bag.
with you. Nice.
All right, it was so cute. It was so cute. He had like the thickest glasses you'd ever seen in your life, and he was all in, and it was great. And so after that, it was just kind of something we had to do. We couldn't walk away because that first show got us sucked in. and we're completely sucked in now.
Yeah, completely.
Now, have you guys traveled outside of Kansas other than like for HCW?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, we are going to try to make it to one of the Salina shows. We got a friend that's going to let us stay with them. So we're going to try. We just haven't set that date yet. I'm
gonna try to work on. I'm gonna try to work on a hotel sponsor for Salina, and if I can lock that where I can get decent hotel rates, I'll let y'all know.
That'll be a good idea. It's gonna be as long as we can work it in all of our schedules, because both of us have kind of funky work schedules. Yeah. Thank you, Billy.
As long as you don't miss Wichita, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, no, that's not the plan. I have no intention of missing Wichita at all. I will call in sick and dead. I got leprosy or something. I'm just not going to miss the show. I'll call the boss. Sorry, my nose fell off. I'm not coming into work today.
I was out touching an armadillo.
He'd probably believe you.
He'd be like, "Oh man, she's going to get snowed on, so it's fine. She'll be back on Monday. It's fine."
So being diehard fans, is it do you guys feel out of, I guess before you guys met Jordan, like did you guys feel out of a loop of anywhere, or did you guys have like a crowd before Jordan? I don't remember if you guys said or not.
Well, we were in VIP long before Jordan came along, and we were starting to, like, we had met Billy and we had met Aaron and several others. Like, we had already had a pretty good, we knew several members in the crowd. Jordan didn't come along until almost a year into it. Yeah. So, but then she started doing the podcast and things. And so that kind of amplified it a little bit, which kind of was weird for us because we're like, we've been here for a year and it took you a podcast to understand that we've been here for a year. And now it's 2 years invested. So it's kind of funny that way. How many shirts
do you own? I see you have a Heidi shirt on. So how many shirts do you have?
Quite a few. Got some beanies too. I got 3 beanies for sure.
Did you get some OnlyFriends beanies at the last show?
I got 2. Yeah, 2 of them last time I was there. I got a Chancellor Valencia one.
Between the 10 of us, or 2 of us, we have I think 20 shirts.
Yeah, something like that.
I think it's 20 shirts.
Dang.
Yeah, we try to buy at least something every show we get.
That's awesome.
I have a coffee cup. He has a
beer mug.
We've got beanies, shirts. I think that's all and of course pictures. Yeah. Signed
pictures. The best
pictures
merch I think in the game is probably Sam. Is it Sam Stackhouse he has the kits that you can buy? Is that him?
He has tons of stuff.
Oh man. Like he was coming up to me, he's like, "Hey, I got this." I was like, "Yeah, I don't do any of that." Like he was like trying to get
but we got Aaron Helm's stuffy up here.
Oh, you got that Flex Armstrong type thing?
Yeah.
Not Flex
and one of these days, I'm going to bring it and sit it with us. One of these days.
The first time I did a run of those, they sold so fast. It was crazy.
And does that one make noise when you like hit it and stuff?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I remember the ones that came out for WWF that were like, "Oh,
yeah,"
and the Hulk Hogan's would make a voice.
I've got like 4 of those too. I've got an old Ultimate Warrior one, and then I've got like the whole WCW NWO ones.
They're in a room. We want to talk about that. Yes. No, if you
I think
need
that's
to make
when
one
they came out was when NWO came around, probably.
Yeah, those are the ones that make noise. Yeah.
Didn't Hulk Hogan have some?
NWO when he was in NWO.
No, the originals was Hulk Warrior, Ted DiBiase.
Yeah, but they didn't make noise.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, that was they were just buddies.
Yeah, they're just wrestling buddies.
Okay.
See, I'm surprised I don't have a Macho Man one because my grandma loved Macho Man Randy Savage, and I've got so much Macho Man memorabilia that I inherited from her when she passed.
So much. It's If Aaron makes another one, I wanted to say red, white, and blue, or red, white, and better than you.
Nice.
Oh, you want it to actually like be recorded in there?
Yeah, I want to squeeze it and hear his voice.
Squeeze it?
Yes. I'm red,
Need
white,
to get
blue,
that as a sound bite for on here.
Yeah.
So like when somebody says like something, we're red, white, and better than you.
Oh boy.
I'm just saying, I think that would be great. Aaron would be walking around with him at the bar all the time.
Yeah,
cuddling him.
he would hit that thing all the.
I think that's a great idea. I don't like.
Well, I've listened to several episodes with you on calling us assholes, and I don't know if I don't think you could actually definitively say that we know who your favorite wrestler is. Are you guys willing to kind of give that out?
Professional or
Out of HCW. HCW. She's gonna bite her tongue. She's like, I don't want no part of that.
I ain't trying to throw shade on nobody because to be honest, I love all of them. But yes, Heidi is my favorite HCW wrestler. But that's not to say that I don't love all of them because that's the problem we are having because we love every single one of them and we want them all to win.
Don't make me do dastardly things to make you not.
I know, and that's my problem. You need to stop it because.
Okay, here's an easier answer for you. Since you guys have been at HCW, who have you grown to love the most? So, like, who have you been able to actually watch grow and become like one of your favorite guys to watch?
Kane Carter.
Or girls. My bad.
Kane's really good.
Well, Kane's really good, but you know what? I give it to the growth that I've seen within the last year, which would be Gavin Bush, and Dutch McLean. He's grown. Before he got injured, he was doing amazing things, growing, and Jose's even grown. Who else?
My favorite was Handgun Dan.
But he's been doing it for a minute.
Yeah, it still kind of is, but he's kind of getting replaced by 𝘊𝘰𝘯𝘶𝘶 Valencia. I kind of got a love-hate relationship with him. It's a love-hate thing. I want him to love me, and he just hates me. So
same with Drake, though. We want Drake to love us bad.
You need a luchador mask for him to stand out to.
He has one. He wore one, and
he ripped my sign,
and he still ripped his sign.
Rip your shirt off and like flex at him or something.
Start an own stage. We love all of them. But there's been a lot of growth. Like honestly, if you watch from 2 years ago to now, some of them younger kids have grown so much. Even those in Maverick and
Drake Maverick and
no, not
Michael
Drake
Maverick and Jekyll.
Michael Maverick and
because they were security when we first saw them, and now they're doing so good. I do miss the I can't remember that kid's name. He did security for a long time. He had like blonde and green hair.
Oh, he was okay.
He got hurt, so he had started like wrestling around, and getting some bookings and stuff, and got injured. But he's recovering. He should be back hopefully in the next, 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, he was the one that stepped in.
So it's
he filled in for you for a VIP match.
Yeah, dang it. He wrestled Gideon. Let me think. �々𝐿𝐿.
He wrestled Gideon Bane?
Yeah, 𝘊𝐿𝐿.
Oh, I thought he wrestled somebody else from Oklahoma.
Maybe he did, but it's Cole.
Yeah,
it's a good kid. Good kid. He went down. He went down and trained with Seth Rollins' school for a while, also.
Hey, that's a hell of a thing.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. Then he'd learn how to walk like a freak. Mindy, Grace, and just all of them have grown so much. And it's kind of awesome to see it from where HCW began through, because they're not as young and I want to say green as it was when it first started.
Yeah.
So you can see the skills, you can see the building, and the storytelling and the selling is just getting better and better and better. And it's kind of been a privilege to watch, to be honest. The whole time.
Is that why you think it's so personal? Is because you guys were able to see it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why it feels more like family, or feels more like it's something that's a part of us, because it's like watching your kids grow up and you're like, oh, now my son's doing a 450 off the top. What's your son do? Nothing. That's what it feels like. We get so proud. So then when you take two of our people that we love and you put them together, that's like watching your kids fight. And we don't like that.
I mean, it happens though.
I know
it's
you do it
part
on
of
purpose too. It's terrible.
I enjoy it all.
Did you guys watch a lot of backyard wrestling?
Yes, I actually did backyard wrestling.
You want to see some some bad stuff?
We did, yeah. We were doing the dumb shit, jumping off roofs, chair shots that were with real solid chairs that weren't gimmicked or anything. Getting your head split open for 10 hours, bleeding all over the place.
So the
Yeah, I
backyard
wasn't a part of
wrestling,
that.
he's my first love's best friend. And so I was dating him when they're doing this backyard wrestling. So it's my boyfriend beating the hell out of him.
Yeah. And Zach was like 5'5". He was like a little pit bull.
I always thought he was bigger than that, but no, he wasn't. Yeah.
I'm like 6'1", he's 5'5", and he was so fun because like he would let you just throw him around the backyard. He would just eat everything,
he was
picking
so
up
good at
barrels
it.
and throwing them on him, or
He would take
He was
his
our
blood
little
mat
Jordan.
and wipe it all over his face and lick it off. It was vicious stuff. And then he'd make me watch. So that was my exposure to the backyard. But then, Zach passed away in 98. And so I kind of went off on my own for a little bit. And now here we are. We don't do the backyard wrestling right now, even though somebody wants a ring.
I do. I want
He
a ring in my
does.
backyard. I've always wanted a ring in my backyard.
Flowers and a ring. Explain that one. I'm just going to put flowers around.
I tell her I don't want to wrestle. I just want to take bumps and run the ropes and maybe like train little
You
kids. how to
liar.
do that
You
kind
want
of
to
stuff.
try to freaking DDT me on it. I know
Just you.
Let's not lie. Let's not. I'm going to RKO the hell out of you if you don't knock it off.
All of a sudden, we got a new promotion popping up. Jay's backyard wrestling.
Jay's backyard brawls.
I wouldn't want to do all that. That's a lot of work. I just want to.
That's for you, Billy.
I just want to like maybe like little kids that are young want to get into it. They come in, they can learn to take a bump. Maybe maybe hit the
Shoot,
ropes.
for the longest
he
time,
just-
he had one in his backyard when he lived right around the corner from our workplace, the prison.
So
See,
I built a ring in my mother's backyard when we were young.
yeah, that's what I heard. See, in all
she was
honesty,
so mad.
She was so pissed.
I think the only reason he wants one now is so that we can convince wrestlers just to come over and hang out.
Just come hang out
That's
with
what I was
him.
going to say. I was going to be like, hey, you guys could be like another training location.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Like,
come take some bumps. That's
we're
fine.
we're telling Dutch that was like, we got a creek and like a whole quiet area. Do you want to come film in our backyard? Like, that doesn't sound stalkerish at all. But we're like, we have
a
a
TikTok
fire
spot.
pit. I'm just saying, if you want to come and talk some ish down by the creek, it's real pretty and it's all by itself. Just go ahead. We'll just have all the wrestlers over for a barbecue in a pit. It's fine.
You
It's very
and me
stalkerish.
going fishing in the dark?
I swear, everybody's gonna think we're the biggest freaks. It's fine.
It's all right, though. You guys are,
Sounds like a good time to me. Like,
it's like going back to the
fishing.
90s.
There's a creek out there, a fire pit. Like, I heard free barbecue. Like, fuck, what are you talking about?
I don't think he ever had anything free at his house.
No, never.
His
I
mom
mean,
would be
the
like,
only thing you gotta do
take
is
out the
pick up your
trash.
trash.
Yeah. Take out the trash. Mow the yard. If you mow the yard, I'll make you some chicken fried steak. That's how his mom
No,
got
I
us.
don't let nobody mow my yard.
Yeah, you'll mow you the lawn.
I don't let
You guys pick up your own trash, and I'll make the barbecue. Because believe it or not, I'm a pretty damn good cook.
I'll take free food.
You're-
I mean, I'm not gonna. I mean, look at me. Well,
Look at all.
did you want to ask him anything personal about HCW? That way, I don't want to steal
Yeah,
your shame.
so I do got a couple questions. So, first, thank y'all. Like, it takes people that are willing to invest time and personal money into letting us do what we do. So I've always been appreciative of anyone that does that, and I try to tell y'all every show. But to be a fan for as long as y'all have been fans for, from day one in Wichita, missing 2 shows. You said you missed 2 shows, and the whole time we've been running in Wichita means a lot. So, like, I appreciate that. So, in that stance, you said you've seen a lot of growth. What can we do better as of today that you would think, hey, I would like to see this part of the show, and maybe not storyline wise, but like production stuff or fan experience stuff. What do you think that I can do better on?
I did like that you put the card on and the wins and losses. Great call, by the way. Because sometimes, like the afterwards, you put the card up.
It's up on Facebook.
I loved that. What we've always wanted, and maybe it's just us, because we write it down.
Like an actual card.
We'd like an actual card that says what. But I know you can't do that ahead of time, only because you change it up a little bit every single time, the sprinkles and fire.
So we used to. So y'all been around for a while. So you remember we used to give the little handbills, and inside it had the rundown of the card. But just like you said, like most of the time that changes. So then you get people going, well, what happened to this match and what happened to that match?
And you've gotten lucky the past couple weeks.
I understand.
Like he's gotten really lucky. He hasn't made hardly any changes to shows. Like I would say the past
last show was a lot of changes. The last show.
The last show was a lot of changes.
Right, but I'm saying like you've gotten lucky the past couple like shows before this one, before Last Chance. Like you went from November.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they were like, pretty
okay. I got you.
Yeah, up until this, he's been lucky and hasn't had to hardly make any. Maybe he moved like a match ahead of another one, but that's been about it.
Yeah.
Well, I never know where the matches are actually in. When I just look on Facebook and when I take notes, I write them down before the show. So
now we take notes. Honestly, with the storyline and everything you guys are doing, your storyline telling has gotten so damn big. Like you could rival a WWE storyline right now in my head. That's how big you've gotten to where like almost the Wyatt 6 and Judgment Day levels of things in my head. That's how big the story is for me. So
I see stuff happening in WWE that seems like it's very similar.
I'm like, you
guys do it. Kind of like this whole Jey Uso change that seems like change to me.
It does. We were just talking about that yesterday. Very, very, very chance storyline. It was kind of cool.
It was weird.
So
they got so much talent up there and mind stuff up there in the E that like I'm sure 700 different ways to run stories get told to them. So, but I seen it too when when it happened. I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Right? That's weird when great minds think alike. I kind of like that. Yeah.
And WWE has like probably 300 people writing for them at a time or more.
So how often do you, because you live stream on YouTube and Facebook, right?
So the live stream right now is just on Facebook. We're fixing to make it where it's live on both, and we're trying to go live on TikTok last show, but we'll be live on TikTok this show.
Okay. So is there a way to go back and watch later on the whole show?
Yeah, it's on there.
Yeah.
We did that.
All you go is to our Facebook and you can find it.
It stays on Facebook forever.
And then we put it out on YouTube so you can go find individual matches also.
Yeah, see, the YouTube, we tried to find the whole show and couldn't, just so we could hear the commentary.
Right.
In addition to what we already saw.
Right.
So short of bringing our own earbuds in and putting my phone in my pocket and us both listening to it.
That's like grandpa style stuff at football games.
Listen, I'm a firm believer that commentary brings a lot to a wrestling show, and Jeff is doing a fantastic job at it.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, and I want to hear what he says, because then he'll say stuff to me like, did you hear me mention this? Well, no, sir. Because I didn't have...
I watched it live. Yeah, just jump on the Facebook, go to the show, and then click it, and you can watch the whole thing.
I did notice Jeff did kind of call me out, like, who was it? Angel. He said something. He was like, I'm not going to mess with those bumping chops boys. And he's like, oh, I could take Bobby. I was like, boy, you 50-something. I might be fat, but I can move. I'm elusive. Huh?
You're quick. Butter him up and he's ready to go.
I'll just kick him in the shins and he'll want to talk.
Don't do that.
I ask his little brother. His brother is like 4. Well, he used to be 4 of me. Like he used to be a big boy, and I made him sprawl out like a spider. Like I was a wrestler in high school, like a legit like collegiate wrestler.
Okay, so you got legit.
He wasn't having none of that. He was like, all right, yeah, you win.
Yeah, okay. Well, when you cross a certain threshold, that stuff hurts. So
Yeah, I know. But all I'm saying is like, man, you're 50. I don't want to hurt you. No.
Talk the bigger game so you don't have to physically move.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly it. Got it.
Poink. No,
So
do
let's-
you have more?
Let's get into the show.
All right. I mean, I know you guys went over the show first, so I don't want to bore you guys with my commentary. So I'm going to let the man, the myth, and the legend talk about this. Let's start off with the very first match, and I thought that like set the tone for what we have coming up for actual Legacy, the 10-man Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that Rumble, like I was trying to figure out a way to lead into this ladder match because I didn't give myself enough time to really kind of build to it and promote it like I should have. So that's a mistake on my part that like grinds my gears a little bit. But so like I found myself going and honestly, like the reason that like I didn't even have a ladder match in my mind planned, but someone pitched it and it made sense. And I went, oh shit, that'll be good. So I ran with it, but so we didn't have much time to run it, but we did the 10-man Rumble, with Aaron Helms coming in, getting that victory. Aaron's been begging for a rematch for his title that he says he's never should have lost. And so he won that number one spot, which, he did some things. You've seen the return of the 𝐂𝐡𝐮𝐻. A little bit about the 𝐂𝐡𝐮. The 𝐂𝐡𝐮, when I first started wrestling in Kansas for XWE, the 𝐂𝐡𝐮 was the owner. And I ended up eventually buying his part from him and on and on. So there's some history there with Nate. Buddy of mine that, we've been back and forth, but at the end of the day, we felt like we could do some cool business together, and so 𝐂𝐡𝐮's back. But Aaron Helms winning that was a big thing that I felt like the crowd was okay with.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you feel like because he lost his title that now he has to rebuild to kind of get to a title possibility?
So I feel that with everything. So like WWE does, okay, well, you lost, but okay, the ex-champion gets immediate rematch. But why does he get an immediate rematch? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes it's warranted. Like if like I'm granting Kit Reaver a rematch with Heidi for Legacy. I know, but like I think he deserves it. I think that group deserves that match. So, giving him a rematch, but like there's times where maybe they do, but I think if you won in a like long feud and that title ends, why do you immediately need to be having a rematch?
Do you necessarily have to grant a rematch for the Out of Luck title?
I mean, I still have to grant it just because they requested. Like Heidi, yes, can be challenged for it, but what if Heidi told me, nah, I'm not doing that, Billy, because I want to cash this in to go for this title?
I was just curious. I just wanted to make sure. I was like, oh, okay.
So there is that possibility. And that's the cool thing with the Out of Luck title. So
Yeah.
as of right now, she'll defend against Kit Reaver.
Boo.
Oh, well, let's get into match one, which was for a one of the spots in the ladder match for the main event at Legacy, and that match is Bruisador 𝘂𝐿𝐿 versus Chris Vale. Is it King Chris Vale? Is that right?
It's now Cutthroat. Chris Vale.
Okay, because I know his name says King Cutthroat Chris Vale. I just didn't know if it was different. So
it's Cutthroat since he joined No Coast Yakuza.
Okay, I got you. Since you changed it.
Correct.
That was a really good match because I didn't Chris Vail is still fairly new as far as he's been wrestling, but as far as being like I don't want to say, well, he's still fairly new within the last
In your eyes.
yeah, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so I love he's one of the ones that we've seen the growth. Because I don't remember 2 years ago is when we first saw him, but we don't see him a whole lot, and now he's with Temple. Yeah,
Correct.
Temple. So him going against Bruisador I was surprised it was as good as it was. Because it was a really good match. Those two did really good. And that running knee he does, I would not. That slaps. You could just,
And he was one of your guys that came from Japan, wasn't he?
No, so Vail was trained by Lance Jafin, and he won an opportunity to go to Japan. So then he went to Japan and trained in Japan for a week and a half or 2 weeks. But man, I've had some battles with that man that were very fun. World class. Me and Vail had a world class match. It's probably one of my favorites.
I had a hot take about him just because I've been at HCW since pretty much day one in Wichita. Like I wasn't at Leavenworth, but Chris Vail, like my hot take is like when I saw him, I thought of Avril Lavigne. Like he had like probably an Avril Lavigne poster on his wall, like growing up. I don't know how.
He's a very big Evanescence fan.
Yes, that too. Like he was the skater boy she was talking about in that song.
Oh, there you go. I could see it. Yeah. Yeah, it works. Wait, the poor guy. He's never going to live that down.
He's
now.
awesome human being. Like when you see him wrestle, he's like, oh, he's probably a dude that probably didn't talk much. And you're right, but when he does talk, he's passionate.
Oh, well, that's cool. I like that. I like a passionate person. That match was really good. The two of them together did really well. They didn't hold back at all. Bruisador, like let's say Japanese style wrestling with luchador style was surprisingly great together, which I would have never been like, yeah, that'll work. No, it worked really good. And it was fun to see him because he's half the size of Bruisador.
Well,
I mean, at least because Bruisador's, good Lord, how tall is he? Like 6'6"? Like he's a big dude.
He's probably 6'4".
Yeah,
Is he only? Okay, I
He might
say
be
6'4".
Hey,
Those
wrestling-
those
listen.
boots add some height.
Hey,
What's
that's
up?
your mouth. We'll give away secrets.
What?
He's 6'6", damn it.
Okay. I thought it showed that because all I have when I read him is he's a stack of Hispanic tacos with 2 Mexican Cokes. That's his height. So
2 Mexican Cokes.
As his tag team, that's their combined weight is the height of a stack of Mexican tacos and 2 Mexican Cokes.
All right.
So I don't think there's a definitive answer behind there. So he could be 6'6", maybe 6'4", maybe 6'3". Who knows?
So yeah, no, that was a great match. It was really fun, and it was a good way to get everybody kind of warmed up and ready to go. Like you have the 10-man, which is the VIP, which was a great way to, like, it felt like a gift. Like, Merry Christmas, here you go. That was great. But then you got the first match being those two. I enjoyed it a lot. And like I said, I would not take a knee from Vail ever. I would not. That's not I'll take a chop before I'll take a knee. Because I thought he was going to knock his head off. You got nothing?
I don't disagree.
Talk about the match too.
No.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's hard hitting, good battle. Bruisador on top. Bruisador making it into the ladder match.
And our match number 2, technically, was a HCW debut for half of the tag team match of Mitch Onyx and Malik Mayfield. And that's all you heard of the show, by the way, because I caught myself saying the wrong name because I wrote it down twice. So that's what you guys heard was Malik Mayfield, nothing else. And they were part of, what is that?
Dakota Brand.
Dakota Brand. But Mitch Onyx was the guy making his HCW debut. And that's versus another...
No, that's
What's
Dakota
that?
Brand.
Mitch Onyx is with Coda Brand.
Mitch
Yeah.
Onyx and Malik Mayfield were representing Coda Brand, but they were wrestling the other HCW debut tag team of Cold World.
Yeah. See, I didn't hear the Cold World one, so I had to read the
we
pants.
were a little confused because
gotcha.
Cold World and Cold World sounded kind of like it sounded like everybody was saying the same thing. So for a while, we were
As long as you
confused.
guys only heard Malik Mayfield come out of my mouth, we're all good.
Yeah.
So-
So and we collect shoes, so that's fine.
So a little bit about Mitch Onyx. Mitch Onyx is actually one of my kids.
Oh,
So he trained under me. And then he moved to Oklahoma and he's been making his way down there and stuff. And got an opportunity to come back and slid back in the door. So
That little gimmick he's got with the I'm big, and he's all like that big. I was laughing so hard. Like, I love silly wrestling. So when he's doing anything and he's like, oh, I'm big. What do you say? And we was giving him so much stuff.
Yelling it back
hell
at him.
yeah. Hell yeah.
He's in there going, I
And
can't do it. That
Now,
was
was
great.
this
Matt.
for any type of like contender spot in a tag team or anything?
No, honestly, man, this is one of those matches that I kind of threw together the last minute. So the Cold World kids drove up from Dallas, I believe. They showed up. They messaged me 3 days before, and was like, "Hey, we don't have nothing for this weekend. Do you mind if we drive up, check out your show, and help set up?" And they were there at 10 a.m. to help start setup. And I love giving opportunities and was able to move a little bit of stuff around to give them guys an opportunity to work and show me what they can do. And we made it happen.
Cold World was awesome. Like those two tag teams together. And I feel like your tag team division is getting...
That's awesome.
It's growing so much and it's gotten so big. It could almost surpass your individuals because you're not in storytelling, but your tag team locker room, I guess, section. What would you call it? Division? Yeah.
Division, yeah.
They
Yeah,
all work
it's-
well together, no matter who they're wrestling.
And there's not a tag team match that we've seen that will be like,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so Cold World was fun and they were heavy hitters. And now Jordan's got a love relationship with Mayfield, but those that
With
I'm
them
big,
damn shiny shoes.
I swear she's gonna hold him down and steal them shoes. She gonna just jank them off of him. And you're just gonna see lights leaving the room.
I ain't gonna lie, those are some dope ass shoes. Like,
Look, do you
like,
know that
as a
looks
kid,
like
I wanted the highlight ones.
Do they make them in adult sizes?
Oh,
They
he's
do.
an adult.
Okay. Every time he
He's
gets
probably one of
hit,
the bigger.
But I would totally 1000% wear them. You ain't got no. You got no. I would let Jay hit me just so I could see if they change colors.
Just
I
like
just want
in the what are those the Heelys
He
or
needs to
Wheelies
buy
or
'em.
whatever?
He needs to sell them at the merch table is what he needs
I'm
to
just
do.
saying.
Yeah, like
you
if
know
you
how
could
much
get like
money he would-
Aaron Helm's colors, red, white, and blue, bro.
I'm just
Buy
saying.
him.
Yeah, HCW laces. It's fine. We'll get
Hey, that's some merch right there. HCW laces. Ooh,
That's a good idea.
on some light up Coda brand shoes.
On with some Coda brand shoes.
oh,
Yeah,
do those say Coda brand on them?
Put the little boom boxes
I
on
don't
them
think
too.
Oh yeah, you have to have the boom boxes. That's the little plastic decal detail. No, they were great. That match was fun. It was really good. And of course, Coda Brand got the win, which lets them build on their story that they're doing. Which
Well, why don't you kind of give us the history about like what is the Coda brand? Is that just like a group of like pretty much the Seventh Seal before the Seventh Seal was ever made?
The Coda brand, I guess, has been around for a little while. They came up kind of together in Oklahoma. And just another one of those deals where some kids kind of showed up and started helping and was consistent on showing up and helping and was like, hey, if you ever get an opportunity, would love. And I found an opportunity and they fucking knocked it out of the park. And, we've been running with it since and, letting them do some fun things and giving them opportunity. And Gives a good direction for my tag division because I needed some strong heels, and they came in and did a great job.
Oh yeah, they're good heels. That's for sure. It's just it's a love-hate relationship. Like you can't hate them, and we love them for it. That's exactly.
I actually made a Coda brand sign. So I was,
oh yeah.
the first time
Jay,
saw
I
them,
think
was
you like all the heels.
I do, not all of them. Not all of them. But for the majority, yeah. Like,
Jay's an anti-hero.
you know, I'm not
It's
a big
okay.
Dickie fan.
No, we don't like Dick.
Not yeah, we don't like Dickie.
Nobody likes Dick.
He's stinky.
You get, oh man, I'm not even gonna go there.
Yeah, you don't want to get started editing.
Somebody's gonna steal my chair next.
Oh, I don't edit.
We don't edit shit.
nothing.
He's just gonna let the shit fly.
Literally.
Oh my god.
But no, did you want to talk about any more about that match?
No, it was a good match. Coda Brand on top. Good showing for both groups, in my opinion.
Well, that leads us into match number 3 with the one and only gorgeous Gavin Bush taking on Jose Gerardo for another spot in the main event at Legacy.
Yeah.
You know,
That was a hard change.
that was I was honestly concerned because they're both pretty green. They're both pretty new. But that match was really fun. Really, it was quick. It was fast paced. I think it hit what we needed to hit, and them kids busted their ass. So I was proud of them both. Jose with the big win, which made the entire crowd go crazy. And Gavin's holding his own out there, like for a kid that really hasn't won a lot. He's been in people's conversations because he's out there busting his tail every time. So I'm proud of them both.
He hasn't won a lot, but he is an ex-title holder. Let's not forget that.
I mean, yeah, that's
Heartland
true.
title. He was a Heartland title holder. Let's not forget that. He was number 2, wasn't he? He was a number 2. He held the Heartland title or not Heartland title, the Independence title. My bad. He was an Independence title holder. He was number 2.
Gavin?
No, Jose.
Oh, Jose. Yes, I was talking about Gavin.
Oh, my bad.
You had us all confused, bro.
I thought.
Look, they thought the same thing.
Well, no, when he said that after Jose winning, he's green, but like it made the whole crowd pop. I thought you were insinuating Jose still. My
No.
bad.
Jose
Gotcha.
is a champion. I was talking about Gavin. Just
Yeah, gotcha.
Holding his own. Jose still, developing and growing. But yeah, you fucked me up with that other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when
You
you
were
said
talking
Jose, I was like,
But if you were talking about any match that would show the growth that they've had in the year, that was it.
Yeah.
Because Gavin he took to that heel shit and he just up the mountain, and he's still going up the mountain because I can't imagine where he's going to be after having 5 years under his belt. Like, he's going to be so bad that Dominic Mysterio is going to make him look innocent. It's awful. But those two together, they just did really, really well. There was no kind of
Yeah, it
slow
was
stop
boom,
and
boom,
go
boom,
kind of
boom,
stuff.
boom.
No, it was good. And it was actually a great surprise because I didn't think Gavin because he wasn't on the card that you announced. So we didn't think we were going to get to see him. And then you have to take a moment and go, oh, I'm disappointed if I don't get to see Gavin Bush.
I think all Gavin is missing is some greasy hair and a toothpick.
No, that
Oh,
curly.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
that's the vibe I get from him is and every time that he walks out, he owns his shit. He's like, all he needs is a
Listen.
toothpick and some wetter hair.
So at training last night, he showed up and I went, "Why the hell do you look like Michael P.S. Hayes?"
You did not.
He's got a little mustache going,
Oh wow.
Can you actually see it though?
bro. I'm like, why?
I got some beard dye over there. We can give him some color to that.
Oh,
I got
that
some-
poor guy got the 3 hairs.
or not beard dye. I got it's hair like putty.
That's rude.
I dyed my whole beard green.
Oh
Give him a
my.
little bit of color. I think he sort of like set the pace though in that in the 10-man also shattering that mirror over the top of whose head was that?
That was Calvin Aldridge, which
Yeah,
Calvin.
taking glass out for a week. Holy shit!
Listen, Calvin has demanded a match with Gavin, so of course I'm gonna grant it. Like that seems like a
As
fun
you
time
should.
to me.
Is that a legacy hot take?
That
right
is
there?
a legacy hot take for sure.
Oh
So
yeah,
Gavin
he has every
versus
to help
Calvin
him.
Aldridge.
Calvin versus Calvin
Calvin Aldridge versus Gavin
Calvin's
Bush.
another one that's really
There you
grown
go.
as you watch him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was the first guy that I ever announced because I wanted to make sure I got everybody's name right. I said everybody's name probably 112 times before I said it on my very first night, and he was one of them. He was the very first match, the VIP, I think, of very first HCW's VIP show.
Nice.
Yeah. Did it come out as go?
Yep.
Probably.
And I
Even
thought
if
I was talking, I was like, damn, I'm
times it
talking
will-
pretty good. Yeah,
No, you
exactly.
are,
I was like, man, I'm talking pretty good. Everybody can hear me because they're cheering. But no, they were just cheering because they knew I was saying some shit. They had no idea what I was saying, though.
We're like, okay, first off, take the microphone out of your throat. It doesn't need to be in your throat. Take it away. Because
It
sometimes
didn't
is
matter that
so
night,
hard.
did it?
Yeah.
No, you weren't there.
The audio.
It's like watching a ABC Family show now.
It was
compared to what it was.
interesting to learn. Listen,
I'll
I've only-
screenshot that.
What's that? What
I didn't have to really run it. It had gotten set up and everything else. All I had to do is go boom, 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 do my thing. And then when I had to learn to do the audio, I'm like, fuck.
Well, that
You know,
first day, I was like, man, you got to put the audio going over everybody's head instead of like blowing back at me because I was like, you're going to get a lot of reverb, buddy.
Feedback. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's why they're outside the ring things. If you look at them now, the speakers are pointed outside.
Yeah. And you know what? It's a hell of a lot better than it was because I remember the first time we saw it, I was like, what did he say? Jay goes, I have no idea. I have no idea. So even now, I'm partially deaf anyway, so I'll turn to him going, who did he just say that was? And that's why I'm like, Jordan, will you ask Bobby to send you the card? Because I'm trying to write down names and you don't want me to write down what I heard because what I heard is probably not what he meant to.
I definitely want you to write down what you heard now.
Yeah, let's not do that because then I'll get thrown under the bus for what I actually said on
no
the tag team match.
like me anymore. Like cold brew, cold water. What if?
Well, Cold World, what's funny is that their name is actually Cold, but the world is WRLD. So I was like, all right, I'll just say Cold World and write down the word world.
Spell that again. W-O.
It's actually spelled WRLD. They don't have an O in their name. World. It's like road rules. Instead of ROAD, they put RD rules.
Oh.
Yeah, like Juice World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, they were like, yeah, it's world without an O. I was like, yeah, the audience doesn't need to know that. I'm just saying the word world, and that's all you should have told me, bud.
They do not care. They do not care. You need to enunciate because they do not care. And that was really fun. I liked that. And Jose and Bush,
Amazing.
Bush, I love to give him shit so much, and he interacts with the audience so well. But this night was just kind of hard because I was on my own and somebody wasn't helping.
Maybe you need to bring some like mustache wax in case he comes in with a mustache. You can toss that on.
You know, we've thought about like asking him if he would do a get ready with me before the wrestling show thing.
Well, that would be hilarious.
He would blow up on TikTok if he did that.
He would
Get ready
be
with me.
hilarious.
Get ready with me.
Can you
for my
imagine
wrestling
him
match.
fluffing his hair and then like polishing his mirror and like pouring his
That's why I'm
stuff in-
saying all he's missing is a damn toothpick.
Now, next y'all are going to ask me to do what you said on the podcast with Jordan and have him do his own little,
Grooming with Gavin.
Grooming
Makeup
with
line.
him?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, can't you see him in one of those like mirrors from the 50s with like all the lights around him talking to himself in the mirror? Like, you can do this. You got this. You are the most beautiful one ever.
I've had a lot of ideas, and like that. I mean, that hasn't been one of them. That was awesome, Gavin with Gavin or something. But like, I had one that was Dickie's diaries. Like, I wanted him to like read intros from his diaries on here.
That sounds dirty. I don't want to have any
That's
part
the
of that.
point.
Diary. Do it like Star Trek episode
Yeah,
1.
in a world.
Diary.
Captain's log.
Captain's log. Dickie's log.
Captain's log, supplemental.
Y'all are crazy.
Disgusting. I feel dirty just thinking about it. I don't even want to have anything
But
to do
you
with
thought about it. That's the thing.
Is it dirtier because his name is Dick, or is it because you thought about it?
It's because I know the man. That's why. It's because I know the man. He's sitting there in his little hula skirt and his little coconut bra doing his log entry.
His log entry. Oh, but anyway, Gavin Bush versus Jose Gerardo. Jose Gerardo winning a spot in the main event at HCW's Legacy.
Listen, that's really big in my opinion because, like they said earlier, Jose is an ex-independence champion. Like he's held gold before, and this match, in my eyes, with everyone involved in it, like I think it favors a Jose or a Paradox. So you know, a little quicker, agiler that can get up that ladder quick. So who knows? You know, maybe we have a new champion in Jose Gerardo.
Well, and he pulls out them wins against people that you never thought he would. So with him being a qualifier in the ladder match against now Bruisador and Helms,
And
you never know what he's gonna do.
The height that man gets on his splashes is just beyond me.
I think this last one was his best,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
In that match or at the end of the show?
In the match, the one he hit that was huge, I think was in the match. It was pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see the end of the show. I saw the one in the match. I was like, that was high.
Yeah.
And it was like perfect form and everything.
Yeah, he get full spread on that one.
Correct.
Well, that leads us into match number 4. Right after match number 3, we heard from
It was right after 3. I think in between 3 and 4, we heard from the Natester. And then we then heard from Flex Reed. So there's some history there from way back in the day. And them two will go one-on-one in Salina for our first show in Salina. So
and let's not forget, we also heard from Jose's sister. She
was yelling loud.
She was more verbal than her mom ever has been, I think, at a show.
I don't know about
because
that.
your mom wasn't there.
Yeah.
There you go, Jay. There you go.
Touche. But that led us, after that spiel about leading us into Salina's first show, match number 4 was the 7th Seals, Michael Maverick and Darren Jekyll versus Only Friends.
Yeah.
You know,
that was.
Go ahead, Jackie.
No, you go ahead.
You know, so like
She don't even want to talk about it.
Only Friends lost. So the 7th Seal picked up the victory. There was a little bit of shenanigans in there by Simon, but Katie Lynn got her guys to get the job done, and the 7th Seal was victorious. And then if you've seen online, Stormy made a interesting phone call.
I didn't see that.
She did.
Did you guys see that?
No.
So if you haven't seen it yet, I know it went live on our TikTok. I'm sure it's going to be shared soon. But Stormy made a phone call to a gentleman from the past, and it sounds like he's agreed to join the OnlyFriends for Legacy.
Oh, have we heard this person?
You have not seen him in HCW, no.
Oh.
So be watching for that promo. He is a PCW guy. He wrestled in Hutch a few times. He wrestled for XWE quite often. I believe when he was running in Hutch, he was a champion for quite a while. So you have to wait till the promo comes out and see what you think.
Hot take for the episode.
Nice.
Do you guys have any input on that match other than you weren't happy with it?
No, I do have a question. Does Simon change the tape on his fingers between throats?
Ooh.
Because he sticks his hand down them throats. He's got that tape on his fingers, and I'm sitting there because he did it earlier, and then he did it in that match. And I'm like, okay, first off, germs.
How about COVID spreader?
Exactly. Germ.
Man.
I was like, excuse me, you had it down.
It's
like, what
it's
was it, car
Simon's. It's Simon, so probably not.
No, stop it.
I'll tell him to make sure you get to like smell it and see it next time he's over by
Oh
you.
my God.
I want to smell it.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm out. Guess what? I gotta go on a break if that ever is the case. Like I gotta go.
This just took. This was worse than talking about Dickie. Jesus.
Yeah, right. No. That match was really good.
Oh my!
I love watching. I love Stormy and Logan together because they have these really cool moves like the catapult. What is it? The catapult launch?
Yeah.
Is that what they
They
call
launch
it?
them into a DDT.
Yeah, I love that move. There was a few moves where she landed Stormy ended up landing kind of funny, and it didn't look like it looked like it hurt more than anything. Like she was landed too much on her neck at one point, and Jay and I went, oh, "Is she okay?" Like just take it for a minute. But it's so great to see that build up
Right.
to what's coming, and then what happens at the end of the match, and you're just it's getting too big. But at least this one there's for sure a team I was for, and for sure a team I was against. And that
So
was
were you guys
okay.
for ACFC when they wrestled each other, or were you guys team only friends?
We were
Both.
for only friends mostly.
Yeah, only friends. But to be fair, that was when we were fighting Austin's dad from ACFC for only
Yeah,
friends.
that was like a room
Oh, yeah.
divided.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
it was
sure.
fun though,
Yeah, that was really fun.
and we won. So
I do feel like Stormy has gotten really heavy with their hits and kicks here. Like from when she first started,
Yeah,
they weren't.
she's throwing them damn things.
Yeah, they look good. To be fair, those things look mean and tough, and they might take a tooth out eventually.
yeah, the rock.
They're on the
paper,
money.
scissors.
They're where they need it.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're pulling that silly wrestling together really well. So I know some people don't like the silly wrestling. I get it, but it's like 90% serious and hard hitting, and then you get little bitty moments in with the silly wrestling, and so I love it all together as one. And Seventh Seal that's a great story. Period. So including the only friends in that is great.
I
I
really
love
like
that.
Darren Jekyll.
Yeah,
Yeah, good
we do
kid.
like
We were
that.
gonna take. We went through
Listen,
that beer.
I might have drank a little. Few.
A little bit too much.
No,
No, I
never
don't
too
feel
much.
it,
I
but
could
it's
drink
like-
that 12-pack and not be like.
I
drink
remember.
a lot.
Yeah, I remember my fucking teenage days. Well, 20-year-old age. But no. We'll wait for him to get back. Yeah, this beer goes down so smooth. It's like
does,
I
it's
can't
pretty
tell
good.
that it's even beer. Like I don't feel full.
Yeah, same.
It's a hoppy.
No.
Not really. Like
I don't think so.
it tastes like a smoother Natty Light.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I don't
Mind
mind
a
that.
smoother Natty Light. Natty Light's okay.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
You know what it actually reminds me of is it's a better tasting Miller Lite. That's what I get from it.
Maybe
If you like Miller Lite,
it's beer. Like
you definitely
Very.
tell that it's beer. But he tried the lime the last time, and I couldn't taste.
I
the
like
lime.
the lime.
I couldn't taste the lime.
All right, where were we at?
All right,
Sorry
so
about that.
we left off talking about the Seventh Seals, Michael Maverick versus Darren Jekyll, and them taking the win over Only Friends.
Right. Okay. But yeah, that match was, in my opinion, it was a good match, solid. And Jay, you're right. Like Stormy has been hitting a lot harder, a lot stronger. I mentioned it to her when she walked back through the curtain. I'm like, all right, kid, you're starting to bring that fire, because she wants to wrestle guys. She wants to wrestle the guys. Like she wants other title opportunities versus men. So I think in her eyes, she's like, well, if I show that I'm not scared to hit them, then, maybe it'll open some eyes. So she's doing a good job. I'm proud of her all the time. She busts her tail all over the place. It's why she's got to wrestle for TNA. It's why she's got to wrestle for, AEW. She's backstage with WWE. Like, she's busting her tail and doing the things she needs to do. So I'm super proud of her always. And love that kid. She works her butt off for me.
I actually love the fact that you're doing mixed tag matches. I love that a lot because women are craving that the ability to go against the men and to prove that they can go against the men, because you have several women in your locker room that can do just that and can just do just as good, if not better. So I love the mixed tag matches. And I love the fact that, because just knowing Stormy enough to know that she's going to hit you really freaking hard. And if you don't hit her just as hard back, she's going to be mad and think you don't like her. So you better hit her just as hard. And I love that it's kind of, you've embraced that idea, and that it's kind of just within the last, it was 6 months or so, it's kind of expanding a little bit. And I really like it. And I appreciate it as a female who's been a fan of wrestling, who wants women to have the same respect and the same platform. I love it a lot. It's one of my favorite things that HCW has done. And so I appreciate, that's why I like OnlyFriends as much as I do, because it's not Logan coming in and saving Stormy because she's like this little princess. It's usually Stormy saving Logan. And I love that so much. It's usually Stormy coming in going, okay, well, I'm going to have to kill everybody so that Logan doesn't mess up his hair.
You know, when that first come around, like, females are hard to get. And I'm running into a situation right now where I've got multiple females returning, but all of them are going to be baby faces. So what do? You know, you're in a situation where, like, I need heels. Okay. Well, the girls don't fucking mind whooping some guys' asses. The guys don't mind getting in there and tangling up with the girls. That's the way I train them. Like, I don't train any of them any different. Like, I got heat one time because I'm a firm believer that if you're a trainee, you help set up, you help tear down. That's the thing you do. Part of my training for the Bears Den is you become part of the ring crew. And the females did just as much as the guys. Like, they were moving the steel. They were moving the boards. They weren't just sitting around watching the guys do it. They did it too. And I'm still that way. So, like, if they can do all the other stuff, why can't they wrestle in front of a crowd against each other?
And to be fair, when you had that cage match with Drake and
it was Aaron
Drake,
and
Ray.
Yeah.
Stormy was the one controlling them damn men, telling them where to go. Like, she's like, no, I got it. And she's telling me, okay, now move it forward. And we're sitting there watching. We're loving it. Yes, Buck, let's go. Because it's just, those two together have the magic, the spark that you're looking for in a tag team. They just do. But Stormy, when she went heel, I could have put her as the best heel you had. I'd have put her higher than Dickie almost, because her heel turn when she did that was pretty damn epic. Like, she was saying some shit, and she did it really well.
Also kind of blame on that because we turned our backs on Stormy too.
Yeah, but we had to. I'm sorry. We had to. But look at her now.
They and Stormy going heel was odd for a lot of people because she had been loved for so long.
I guess so, yeah.
So like, there was a lot of people that are like, I'm still going to cheer her.
Yeah, she told me to sit my fat ass down.
Her going heel was basically a product of us cheering for Heidi. What it really was. I mean, because, like, you know, Stormy came out. We love Stormy. Then Heidi came out. We're like, well,
we still, and not to get wrong, we still loved Stormy, but Heidi came in and she just kind of personified everything I wanted in a female wrestler.
She has a habit of that.
Yeah, and then we always feel bad about it later. We're like, no, Stormy, we really do love you. No, we love you. It's not that I love Heidi more. It's that if I have to choose a side, because you put us in that position, right? As fans, you put us in that position. You have to choose a side. Mm-hmm. You cannot be this neutral, like I'm from France or Canada kind of mode. You got to pick a side. So if I'm going to choose, it's going to be Heidi or Stormy. I was kind of going, oh, shit, sorry. But then when you do the face back and you're with Logan, I'm like, okay, you're up here now. I love it. And so then you put him with ACFC and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, here's a scenario that, I mean, I'm a terrible wrestling fan, so just take my word with a grain of salt, right? God. I was thinking about this like ever since I saw their interactions. Like when I don't know how long they've known each other, so they could have just met. But Camaro Jackson and Cameron Burnett would make a mean fucking tag team. Their tenacity, American muscle. Oh, dude, like that. Just their tenacity alone. There's her for Stormy in those one-on-one matches, like that last woman standing match, and then Camaro Jackson when his vengeance back out for Hector, dude. Monsters.
And Cameron and Stormy went really hard. So I can imagine how good that match would be between the Only Friends and them. I couldn't imagine what they'd call themselves, but that would be kind of
I'm
like.
not trying to start nothing. I'm just saying, I saw their interaction together. I don't know how long they've known each other. They could have just met
For a while.
Okay, so just maybe it was the way that they were able to like connect, but like her and Calvin are pretty good friends, right? So, but like I was always thinking this in my mind, I was like, damn, that would be a badass match. I'm just saying,
right? That would be good. That would be fun.
Not a bad idea.
I'm excited to see her return too.
Yeah.
When she finally comes back, it'll be a big pop and well deserved because she put on some really great. What was it? She did three show. No. 2 shows or 3? 2 matches.
Cameron did, 3, I think.
3, yeah. Because
she wrestled. She wrestled in the ladder match. Was she a part of that the women's ladder match
For the title at the beginning?
Yeah, for the original Sunflower title match. Because you had like 6 women, weren't?
I did. I don't think so.
Because she came in, she wrestled. What was her name? The one that they were trying to go for before Mindy got it. The creepy chick out of the Devil's Toy Box.
This one?
What's that?
Is that the
marionette?
You're talking the marionette.
Yeah, the marionette. Yeah, those 2 wrestled against each other.
That's Noelle Summit, by the way.
My bad. And then her and Stormy have wrestled several times, and then her and Mindy Grace have wrestled. So she's had several matches.
That's the first time we saw Heidi in a tag team match. It was a 3-way. It was a tag
team. It was Heidi and Mindy versus Cameron and Noelle, wasn't it? Was that who it was?
No.
Was it Heidi and Noelle?
We've only seen one time, and she was she was a Latina.
Oh.
And she was with. I want to say it was a 3-way. But we've only seen her one time. And even Jay, and I think it was probably our first VIP, so it's been a couple of years, but I've only ever seen her the one time. I know.
Was Noelle on the same show?
I want to say so. I think Noelle was there, and that's when she showed up. I think it was this Latin girl, Heidi, and maybe Mindy Grace. I don't remember, but she was really good, and we haven't seen her since.
I think she had traveled in with Noelle. Showed up with her, and I was like, I think I can work you in, and then just hasn't came back or hasn't had an opportunity to bring her back. One of the two. Okay,
because that was a pretty good match, but that brings it back that was probably 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, to be fair. No, 1.5 years.
Unless you're talking about the gal from Oklahoma.
The one that has the sparks from her grinder.
No, that's Lilith Grimm.
Okay.
The gal from Oklahoma is
I can't remember.
Erica Torres.
Oh yeah, she came with. Yeah. She was with that guy that had. Okay.
If you're talking about Erica Torres, she's a bad. She's good.
Yeah, she's really good.
Erica's gonna have a baby though, so right now she hasn't able to do it.
I mean, I don't mean to say boo, but dang, because that was fun. That was a good match. But so
Erica's really good also, I agree.
Yeah. That would be that your women's division is pretty amazing right now.
A lot of baby faces is my problem.
Well, I didn't mean to take us down a loophole of possibly setting up matches. I just was always thinking about it, and I was like, oh, this is a good.
Yeah. No, we like Camaro Jackson though, so I'm just gonna keep that one in my head there for a minute because Camaro Jackson.
He'll be a legacy.
Ooh,
Oh, good.
Another hot take.
Nice.
But that takes us into match number 5, Coda Brand's Native Combat versus ACFC for the HCW Tag Team titles.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I was behind Coda Brand, so
Where are you?
yes, I was.
So
I
do
was
you
cheering,
think
looking at me like, what?
with what happened at the end, that leads into your VIP match for Legacy?
Oh, okay.
So the VIP match for Legacy on April 26th will be the Coda Brand in all of them, so all 4, versus ACFC and No Coast Yakuza's Cutthroat Chris Vale and Remington Roar.
Oh,
So it's the group that we saw at the Red Kettle Rumble.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So that will be y'all's VIP match for Legacy.
Man, you're just
And he's
like
throwing Remington
you're like
Roar
setting
in
a
that
standard that it's going to be hard to beat each show.
Look, though, that is one of those straight out the gates kind of like, I might need some electrolytes. Because
Razapam.
You
after that
might
match.
you might because I'm pretty sure you know the main event.
yeah, I have a but ACFC is always like, you can't not like ACFC. You just can't. Now, when they do a heel turn, it's going to be like the weirdest thing for my brain, like everybody else who has a problem with people.
Well, what's
They
weirder,
will.
them
I
or
think
Chance
everybody
to do a heel turn if that ever happens?
Yeah, it's going to mess with your brain. It's going to be like, what do I do? You're like, you're in an alternative universe. We'll step into the Twilight Zone. Oh, I'm quoting a song. Holy crap. Wow. Yeah. But I like Coda Brand. I like the faction. I like that we're getting more factions. I don't really know like their flow and what they're looking for. Like, I don't know their story just yet. I know they're coming in and wanting to dominate, but I don't know the story yet. So I need a little bit more time to figure out. I know championship's end goal.
Strength in numbers.
Yeah, strength in numbers. But like, I want to see more of a story building with them. So
Somebody at the show actually said it's the D12 of the wrestling world.
you know? Yeah. But like, is it one of the, are they going to get a big pop and like everybody's going to be okay with them beating everybody else? Or is it going to be?
But that's the thing. I was thinking about it when I heard it because it was like right by that curtain as it came around. I was like, damn. I was like, I didn't think about this, but like nobody knew everybody's name until they all got together. And then after their like second running of D12, did you start knowing their names? It's like, whoa, shit. That's like a good like one-on-one example of what Coda Brand is.
Oh, absolutely. Because they came out and the first time we were just kind of like, who, what, who, what? And now we're going, oh, it's the dude with the shoes. And Jay's got
now
signs.
we're all singing like blue and yellow, purple pills all in unison. It's like blue and yellow, purple
Right?
pills.
But at the same time, we're like, we can't not cheer for ACFC because that's the hometown people and we love them to death. Which I have to tell you, Jeremiah asked me today if Austin had cancer.
Oh no.
Why?
Because Austin's bald. So we were talking about Heidi Howitzer and all that. And he goes, well, Austin's bald. Does he have cancer? I said, no. He goes, well, is he born that way? And so he's asking me questions like I know. I'm like, Jeremiah.
Bandana's too tight.
The bandana's stuck on his head, like y'all said on the podcast.
Gorilla Glue.
He
It
was
was a mistake he made. He was born that way. It's fine. We really
He was
do
at
like
home alone and he glued his bandana onto him.
Exactly. Like, yeah, he got into some housework. Those two tag teams went really, really well together. But HCFC is always going to go. I don't feel like they ever hold back.
Yeah, they don't slow down. They're
Ever.
balls to the
It
wall
doesn't
all the
matter
time.
who they're with. I feel like even when they were with Only Friends, they just balls to the walls, give it their all. So it's always a good show. And Coda Brand was a good tag, like it's a different mix. So it was kind of nice to see that they could do that with anybody. It wasn't just familiar faces, it was literally anybody. And for ACFC to pull that win out of their butt was pretty good because that was a hard match. I didn't think it was ever going to end. At that point, I was kind of shaking in my chair going, oh, I need a break. I need a break. Give me a minute. I can't breathe. I've been pounding on the table for too long. But it was a lot of fun.
Hey, I heard y'all liked the plastic tables.
Yeah. I give you more credit. Everybody else tries to take. I'm trying to give you credit for being a genius. And
now, did they like them, or did you like not having to fix the table?
It's good that you build my ego up. I appreciate that.
I was
trying. The question is do you like not cleaning up messes afterwards?
Okay, we don't mean to make table dust. To be fair.
Oh, I never said that. I promise you. I don't. You can destroy this table with a chainsaw.
Y'all are gonna keep messing around, and that's gonna be the table that anybody ever goes through is y'all's table.
Yeah, they're gonna be the Mexican. They're gonna be the Mexican broadcasters of the WWE.
And we're 100% down. You have no idea. Jay and I were just talking about it. We're gonna get a bag and put all our stuff in a bag, so that way when our table gets destroyed, we have somewhere to put stuff.
You're gonna need Angel at the table, like doing commentary there while it happens, so that way it's legit.
Yeah, legit. Like, what do you do the in ring or the outer ring, like the Jackie Redmond and whatever her name is? I can't remember from WWE. You know, she does the interviews between, so she's gonna go to the audience. Yeah, it's gonna be great.
It's funny.
That table was like bouncing, like physically bouncing and like gravitating because we always have to pull our table back because eventually it's gonna end up in the ring. So it's just bouncing. And I was trying to make it like Billy did it on purpose, but then somebody decided to say no, it was because he just didn't want to continue to buy broken tables.
You guys just need to bring a cowbell. All right, that's all I'm saying. Just bring a cowbell.
What are you doing?
Got one.
There you go.
Listen, don't do that, or someone will hit somebody with it.
She won't hit nobody with it. Like when I'm in the ring, I'll be like, I need a little bit more cowbell. I got a fever.
See, everything needs a little more cowbell. I don't know why you're down.
The only prescription is more
That's
cowbell.
right. See, that you do have an old soul. I see that right there. Can you imagine what I have a hard time hearing when I leave there, but with Jay ringing that bell in my ear the whole time.
Oh God.
Just bring some earplugs. It'll be all right.
That's like Luckily we haven't had someone bring one of the little blowhorns yet.
Oh don't dude, you just made it public on here, bro.
Oh my gosh.
You're only 2 weeks away from the show.
Thing.
It's bad enough that we scream. Well, okay, I scream so loud that I lose my voice for like 3 days afterwards. So I don't think I needed I thought about bringing a bullhorn just to start the chants. Cause dang it, this whole show,
ACFC.
Right, Jordan missed half of it. So Jay's not on my side because he's on everybody else's but my side.
Yeah, he likes heels. Jay likes a good heel.
And he likes to throw us under the bus all the time because he can't pick a damn side. So I'm trying to start these chants like I'm trying to start the Cut That Bush or ACFC or OnlyFriends or whatever. I'm trying and nobody's cooperating. So I'm losing my voice by halfway through, not even halfway through. And I'm looking around going, what are you doing?
And you're going to distract Jeff anyways because they'd be like, somebody's yelling with a bullhorn.
That's probably. We should bring a strap. It'll be all right.
Well, let's get into our next match before we get too overzealous. I told you rabbit holes. That's she sent me a question. I was like, oh, we go down a lot of rabbit holes.
Oh, fuck.
But no, Native Combat came up short on the win of those titles. So victorious goes ACFC. But that gets us into Blade versus Chance Kerrigan.
This was supposed to be conversation.
Wasn't really a match. Chance came out in a whole different attitude than what we've ever seen him before. Put a beating on Blade that he probably hasn't had in quite a while, including multiple chair shots, a big dive to the outside, taking out the whole crew. Kargar and Shane, whatever the heck Shane's last name is, and Only Friends coming out to kind of help seal that thing, let Chance do what he needed to do in there, and we got a different version of Chance that no one's seen yet, at least around here, and that's Diablo Blanca, Chance Kerrigan.
White Devil.
I think
Yeah. Yeah. See, and
It
the
made
great
me
thing
think of
about
Ace
that-
Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that
Let me guess. White Devil.
the great thing about that was Diablo Blanco was hiding, watching in the audience for a lot of the show. And I'm sitting over there going, Jay, look. And he's like, what? And I'm like, look.
I just
He's
thought it was
like,
faint.
and he goes, who's that? And I was like, I know who it is. And I'm trying to get Jordan. I'm like, literally, Jordan, look. And for most of the show, I'm literally going, I'm watching him at the corner. I'm like, I know. This is going to be my favorite thing in the whole world. And then he comes out, and I'm just, that was a big pop. Oh, the chair shots, though.
Shit, I didn't see him coming. I was like, oh, I'm out.
The welts on some backs that I saw after all them chair shots, I was like, oh, ice. Because that was supposed to be a conversation, but I'm sure Blade got the message that he was supposed to get.
Did you see his face before Chance took that flight off the top rope? He was like, oh,
What?
shit. And then he was like trying to
Blade?
move out of the way. Blade's like reaction.
Well, okay, yeah, I saw the over. I was going to say, I didn't see Blade's face. He's got a mask on.
Well,
so.
yeah. Blade's reaction was like, what the and then, oh, shit, he couldn't move fast enough.
Well, yeah, he a little slow. I'm guessing Blade's a little older man. Might have
He
some
may not be a smart man.
Not a
He
smart
must-
man.
he can't run out the way, but when you see
He was
some-
moving like he was at the Red Kettle Rumble when he was trying to help Chance out, but that didn't happen so well either.
Da, 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 da.
You're out killing that man.
I love it. It's pretty good. That is a great buildup. That would you call that a segment, a promo,
A spot?
a lead?
I think it would be
A
a
spot.
segment. It would be a segment. If you think
That
TV terms, it'd be a segment.
That was so great for build up to Legacy. That was like I'm getting warm just thinking about it now. Like I really am. I'm starting to sweat because that was just that's what I'm talking about with the seventh seal
We
and
need to get some of those King Carter towels, huh?
That's not my problem. That's Jordan's
That's
problem.
Jordan's thing.
Thank you. I'm gonna be his mother Tom's too. So no.
Oh,
But-
shit.
That's like the segment that I would say would be a lot like the Judgment Day and this Wyatt 6 type thing. Like that's really where our brains are like,
Great storytelling.
oh, good job. That was great.
So here's my questions as fans and me being an owner and the promoter. Like, do you like little segments like that where maybe you don't get a full match out of an instant, but you get that moment that helps build that story? Does that bother y'all as an independent paying fan to kind of, oh, well,
No.
I didn't get to see them wrestle, but I did get to see them?
No,
Yeah.
that was
No, that's
really
a
good.
teaser.
Yeah, it's a teaser.
So it's a little Easter egg that we really, really love. Even when you brought out Natester with Flex and talking about
Yep.
Salina, I like that. Even though we're not, sold on going to Salina just yet, I like that it's a good promo for Salina. It makes those in the audience go, ooh, I'm gonna have to go. Especially if you saw Flex Reed before in the match when he was with
Drasic.
Drasic.
yeah. So
Preacher.
I like those little segments. I would actually accept more of those. Well, maybe not
Nice.
more in one single show, because you got to be kind of simple with them,
Right.
but more often in like a segment.
Gotcha.
Because it makes you go, what are they
She
going to
wants more
do?
breadcrumbs. That's what she's trying to say.
I like
And that's
Easter
what I
egg.
like. Yeah.
I love an Easter egg. Like when you see the videos of the promos and you see little things in there, like somebody wearing a shirt that they're going to challenge, or somebody's walking in the background and it's Dickie and all of a sudden he's
I didn't hear anybody talk about Simon's promo that he did. It was very Wyatt 6 vibes. Like
Yeah.
Simon's really good at those. That Seventh Seal, like some of those promos, they're top notch. You would never equate it to an independent show. Like they're really reel you in going, I cannot wait to see the explosion. Because that's literally what it feels like. Like we're waiting for the fire and the explosion and the collapse of the ring and, the demise of Seventh Seal.
Whoa.
We're waiting for Blade to get his comeuppance.
Well,
Blade
I mean,
That was her.
Blade needs it. Don't you be throwing me under the bus on.
There's an independent title back over here somewhere.
and some Niles Plunk wine.
There you go.
You should show him that Niles Plunk wine.
Oh, nice.
But no, that. Yeah, he has
his own winery.
Yeah,
Wow.
and they sell whiskey, so it's a brewery or not a brewery, a distillery and a winery.
Yeah.
And is that out in Oklahoma?
No, it's up by the right on the other side of the Missouri line.
Yeah,
So it's like 30 or 45 minutes from
Leavenworth,
right?
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
It's a nice little winery.
I've not
too.
tried this wine yet, but I really want to try the whiskey. But I haven't gotten the pride to swallow to send me about
I need to just
email.
I need to just book Niles. Niles ain't taking a lot of bookings right now, but I just need to book him because usually he brings wine to sell.
Well, like now you can buy it online now. The whiskey you can buy it online and have it shipped. And I've almost bought it, but for the shipping is just outrageous. So I was like, oh, no.
for a whole bottle, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, just for one bottle. You might get out of like some cost if you bought more than one bottle, but I just want to try like 2 of them. So, but no, that was an awesome lead up into Legacy with Blade and Chance and El Blanco Diablo El Blanco or Blanco Diablo.
Blanco Diablo.
Blanco Diablo.
Chance Kerrigan.
And that led us into the Out of Luck title championship versus Heidi Howitzer versus Kit Reaver.
As fans, how do you feel about that feud?
It's like brother and sister.
I love it just because I love to see an internal struggle. So like when the first time they were going against each other and Kit's like, I don't hit girls. I don't hit it. And I heard some rumblings of people going, they didn't go that hard. I mean, I kind of get it because it wasn't really like the hardest match as far as hits go. It was a lot of talking and a lot of
foreplay.
Foreplay. But this last time I thought they lived up to it. Like that was fun. This last time
those chops were ruthless.
And they kept it in the ring.
Yeah. Well,
so much of our shows go outside the ring.
Yeah.
Not as much as Mindy's going outside with Cameron. That was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean Stormy?
Yeah, Stormy.
I've reeled that in
sorry,
some
my
though.
bad.
I've reeled that in some.
Yeah, see, we don't mind, but I understand from that perspective as an owner, like, don't go out there so you can hurt somebody. Like, damn it, keep it right here. But I got a whole table if anybody's interested in wanting to smash a face.
Thanks a lot.
Hear it just for you. If you want to smash it. And I might even load that table up and put it in my car. But no, that match was really fun. I love Kit, what does he call it? Everybody's favorite asshole.
Yeah.
World's
I like
favorite
that.
asshole.
I like Heidi, period. So, and her and Kit were a good balance.
I think she sort of screwed the pooch, but like everybody thought she was going to be heel. But then when she came out to her own like voice, she's like, screw the music. I'm just going to come out. They're like, oh, well, we love her.
Yeah. Walked out there talking smack. Everyone was like, oh, we like you.
Even when she's heel, I'm still gonna like her. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. I like everything about her. I like every move I like the moves she does. I like the energy she brings. I like the bullshit that she says, even if it's something stupid like high risk maneuver or y'all like.
And Chance was like, she's got this like novel of an intro. Like she has one of the shorter intros. Like it's nothing like Ray's. Like it's in a world of war between babes and robots. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Like,
what was it? Chance said it was like 15 minutes long.
Yeah. I was like,
the outer world
it's all it is a war between a war fought between babes and robots. Heidi Howitzer.
Yeah, Heidi's a god. So when she won that belt, I was very happy. I was very happy because I want to see her take on another man. I love as much as I want to see her hold the Sunflower Championship. I would much rather see her take the
I
belt.
agree with you guys. She's got higher hopes, I think, right now, going for something bigger.
Yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily chance, but I could see her.
I'd love to
going
see her
for-
smash Aaron the Prodigy Holmes through a table. That'd be so awesome.
I'm just saying. Because if anybody could pick him up and slam him through a table, ooh, buddy. Like, that'd be Christmas, New Year, happy birthday to me. Those two would kill
Poor
each other.
Aaron.
Her
Poor
or
Aaron.
Grimm, like, what was her first name again? Lilith Grimm. Like, she's the only woman I ever felt insecure about myself with. Like, when I was asking her, like, what do you want me to say about, like, I would normally, all right, what do you want me to say? Like, I'm very, very blunt with it. What do you want me to say? I was like, what do you want me to say? And then she starts talking. I was, yes, ma'am. All right. All right. Oh, you want me to say your height and weight? Okay. I got you. Yeah. Like her and Lilith Grimm, like, are like the two, like, that would be a monstrous tag team also. See,
Yeah.
I'm just matching shit up right here.
Jeff said that she made that Lilith made that hammer.
He did.
So yeah, you ain't got a chance in hell, Bobby. She goes.
I wasn't trying to have a chance. I was just like, hey, what do you want me to say? And then
Yeah,
she
no,
started,
I'm just
like,
saying you should be intimidated because
yes, ma'am. All right.
she
You want me
can
to say
that-
this?
yeah.
Yeah. You whatever you
Honestly,
want, ma'am. You are the
Heidi
boss.
and Prodigy would be great, but Heidi and Remington Roar is my dream.
Oh,
That's my
man.
dream match.
Shit.
Because Remington
And Rem
is
said that
just-
he's wrestled her too, hadn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen it, but I would love to see it. I'd
Might
like
have
to
to
be
put that
that's an
together.
in-person
Ooh.
match that I would you'd have to
That's how you get her.
Remington challenge her for the Adelaide Championship for him to put it up against Aaron Holmes. That'd be pretty dope.
oh
shit.
god.
Damn, what am I doing right now? I'm just like coming up with some shit. I need some money now, man.
That's what just slip it. Cash App, you want to know?
You need to take some breaths over there.
Okay, we'll stop going down the dreams of rabbit hole. But,
Well, the Adelaide title, like you said, is now owned and held by Heidi, who is taking it on against Kit Reaver at Legacy, leading us into another spot in the main event of Legacy. Mr. Hector De Oro versus Christian Temple.
Mhm.
So this was where Hector kicked Vicky out.
He did. I
First
didn't
round.
know how many people noticed that, but
I think
he
more
not
than you
only
think.
he not only kicked Dickie out, but he sent Hector to Bruiser to the back also. So he didn't want any help. He wanted to do it on his own, and he did. He did it on his own and qualified for that ladder match. But now you have two Empire personnel in this ladder match. So what happens? Does the tension still stay there, or do they work together and an Empire member become a HCW champion?
So if you want to take the whole night, at some point, I don't know that he kicked it out because he wanted to prove he could do it on his own. I more think that he kicked him out because he didn't want to get screwed over. Because how many times has Dickie been screwing poor Hector over? He's been screwing him over
That's not
left and
wrong.
right and costing him his title.
Every
His
last,
athletic-
all three shows, the past three events, he screwed him. He screwed him over.
He screwed him over, so
he didn't even
get-
let Hector have the Out of Luck Championship for himself. He gave it to Bruisador and
Yeah, so get out of
Correct.
here. I'm going to do it on my own because I think Hector is one of those, like, I know I can do it. You guys keep fucking me around, so get out of here and let me do it. So when you get Bruisador in there with Hector, I think Hector's going to be all about himself, and he should be. He absolutely should be because everybody else is trying to screw him over, and it's time for Dickie's empire to fall. It's over. It's done. And I 100% believe at Legacy that we are going to see the crumbling of the tower.
I mean, Kane
big.
even said that all seals must be broken.
Whoa.
And you're saying all empires must fall.
Yep, that's right. Absolutely. Hector's
down with
been
that
showing
shit.
up.
I didn't
Yeah.
say it. It was Kane. Shit.
No, I think if Hector gets the opportunity, I think he's going to put some hurt on Bruisador.
Interesting. It's an
be a
interesting
shoe-in.
tape.
and
He may be a shoe-in to win. I mean,
Hector's one of those that's grown
he's got
really
a
big,
definite
too.
fighting
I'd like
chance.
to watch. So he's grown really well.
Yeah, he's fun to watch.
I agree with you, Jay. I think Hector's really, really grown a ton. Hector was super green when we started HCW, like just out of training green. So to watch his growth has been really fun. Been really cool to kind of be leading that and watching him, and it's fun. It's a good time.
Did you struggle with letting him do the heel as early? Because I know sometimes it's hard to let the kids be heels right away.
Always. Because I came up in a time where the heel was the more experienced wrestler, because it's easier to call a match from on top. A heel's 90% on top. You know what I mean? So most of the older wrestlers were the heels. They were on top. And so to have someone come straight out of school or class and say, hey, we're going to give you this opportunity because I think you can handle it, was a lot of confidence in him. And he's taken that ball and ran with it. And, when he first came around, he was so quiet. Didn't hardly talk, stood in the background, arms crossed. And now, like, you see these fiery promos out of him he's pissed off. Like, he's really grown, and I'm really proud of him.
Yeah, and that trust was well placed, I think.
Well placed.
Yeah, because he's done such a good job with it. You would have never thought that it would have never come across as him being as green as he is. Because he just took to it like fish out of water.
Here's something you might not like, but I give that credit to Dickie, because Dickie took him under his wing and helped him develop as a heel. Because if you look at Hector and you go, man, that's a good looking kid, he's a pretty good worker, you immediately want to cheer him. But then you put him someone with a Dickie who everyone hates already, and then you make him that muscle for the super fucking bad guy manager, immediately people are going to hate you. So Dickie had a lot to do with Hector's development on being a heel, in my opinion.
Dickie
Have
kind
you
of
guys ever seen Yellowstone?
Yes.
Does he not give a Rip vibe to you, Hector?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like, I get a lot of Rip vibes.
Yeah, take him to the train station.
Take him to the train station. Like, he's very quiet, but when he walks in the room, everybody's paying attention.
Yeah, it's one of those things that you definitely do not want to cross him at all. But he could be a hell of a lot of fun with some tacos and a beer, But no, yeah, definitely. That's a good call there, Bobby. I did not put two and two together, so that is a good call. Very Rip. Now he just needs to find him.
I do my best. Since I'm a terrible fan, I try to give my input anywhere it's needed.
Hey, it's much appreciated, man.
Well, hey, I think now, did we say Hector actually won that match yet or not? Or
yeah, Hector did come out with the victorious, and like I said, 2 Empire members into the ladder match.
And I think that's oh, go ahead. Sorry.
So when did Bruisador spear, since we're on that faction, when did Bruisador spear Dickie?
Next match.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know, because I'm like,
Bruisador didn't spear him though. It was 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝑀 That speared
Next
Dickie.
match that I'm about to bring up.
that's what I want to know.
Yeah.
All right.
Leading into our main evening for the HCW Heartland title, 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝑚, the man that I think goes more unrecognized than probably half the people that we've talked about tonight. Like, he's very under the radar, I think, but I think for a very good reason. But 𝘊𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝘆𝑚 versus the HCW Heartland title champion holder, Paradox.
I thought this match was a good back and forth. Colton held his own for being as young and as green as he is. I put him in a big spot and an opportunity, and he's done well, in my opinion. And this match didn't have like a final outcome, so
Yeah, DQ.
It was a DQ finish that led into a big waterfall because I believe Dickie hit Paradox with the baseball bat. Colton got pissed off. His baseball bat. Colton got pissed because he cost him a title opportunity, so speared Dickie. Bruisador slid in and hit Colton with his spinning choke slam. Mm-hmm. Just for Jose to slide in, hit a Hurricanrana into a 619 and a huge frog splash. And then out came Aaron Helms, who clotheslined the shit out of Jose, just to leave Hector to hit Helms with a angle slam, and Paradox to build back up to hit his GTS.
Yeah.
Paradox left standing in the middle of the ring as the champion, holding the belt over all other contenders for the HCW Heavyweight Championship.
What a way to end a show.
Yeah, that was a bomb. That was like a literal Hiroshima bomb. It was just dropped like everybody in the locker room, come out.
It's like asking, hey, what can you bring to the table? And like that's the show is like, here, this is what the fuck we can bring to the table.
Yeah, literally. And the table. We drugged the whole table. Yeah, that was it. Pretty insane. I have a little bit of an issue. I like Paradox, and we've seen him wrestle for the last 2 years. I have a little bit of an issue with how fast fans got on board with him being a face. Like, it was literally, he's beating the hell out of everybody with a bat and just doing terrible shit. And then he wins the belt. And the very next one, y'all are going, oh. Like, I feel like he should have earned the face a little bit. So I have a really hard time rooting for him. So I was rooting for.
But what about Ray, though? I think he got over more quicker as a face.
He apologized, though.
Paradox didn't need to. He pretty much shook Ray's hand in that ring. He's like, yeah, I got your. He goes, here's my word. And he didn't go against what Ray wanted him to.
Yeah, well, I mean, Paradox got the dad talk. Like, show me, Billy puts the dad talk into him. I get it. But he said, show me. And so then the next time Paradox wins that belt, and then so that automatically makes him a face because he got a dad talk. Like, he didn't have to earn it. He's showing him now.
I mean, you'd straighten up if I gave you a dad talk. Like,
no,
listen,
you're not old enough to be my dad.
Shit. Like, stop that bullshit. Get on this right like you're supposed to be.
And as much as you hate it again, I think this is another thing that you could say. We could thank Dickie for this.
Yeah. But I went for Kinnaman, that we call Mr. Cinnamon. Cinnamon with the good hair. Because we've seen him wrestle a couple of times, and so he is still fairly new, but he's really good.
Buff Fabio, that's what I call him.
I like the big, he's a big, beefy guy, and he's fun to watch. He's really fun to watch, so I look forward to seeing where he grows. Yeah. So
he's a Drake Gallows kid.
That's what I saw a couple weeks ago, and I didn't notice that
Drake Gallows kid.
Until then. Yeah,
when he came in the ring, he's like, "Hey, what weight do you got me at?" And I was like, "Whatever you told me." He's like, "Oh, okay, I've lost about 10 pounds."
I love that you're adjusting it to accurate numbers, like your driver's license. Like, I'm sorry, I've lost 3.5 pounds. You're gonna have to adjust that.
Listen, it happened.
His hair color wouldn't be any like distinguished color; it'd be just beautiful.
Yeah. Yes, we're gonna put him in a Pantene commercial. That's what we said.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
But that brings us to the end of that show. So Last Chance was really about the last chance right before Legacy. And Legacy is building up to be a huge show. Couple matches we talked about here that I'll kind of release now. So again, your VIP match will be an 8-man tag match between ACFC and No Coast Yakuza versus all 4 of the Coda brand. Of course, you know that the ladder match for the HCW title will be on display. You will have Kit Reaver versus Heidi Howitzer. Rumor has it that Heidi said, if you want a rematch, then we do it my way. and she wants it to be a strap match. And then, of course, the big marquee match and your main event for Legacy will be, for the Independence title, will be Chance Kerrigan, El Diablo Blanco Chance Kerrigan versus the Midwest Monster Blade for the Independence title.
So I've been saying it wrong.
In a last man standing match.
So I've been saying it wrong. The main event is not
The ladder match.
Okay.
It is not.
Gotcha. You should have corrected me hours ago.
The main event for Legacy is Diablo Blanco versus Blade in a last man standing.
What's so funny?
We're just laughing.
She said hours ago.
Hours ago, man. I've been saying it. I've been sounding stupid this whole time.
That makes me happy.
I'm used to it. I'm used to him telling me shit hours after.
Or like, hey, Bobby, I need you to do this now.
What do you want me to talk about?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Go do it.
Yeah, I feel that. All right.
Guys, this has been a fantastic episode. We went a lot longer than we usually do, but it's been good to have y'all on, kind of talk about the show, get to know y'all a little more, appreciate y'all just a little bit for everything you bring to what we do. And Jackie and Jay, I think you've officially been chopped by Bumping Chops.
That's awesome.
Later.
Bye.
Later, guys.
It's a battle of the wills. We bring the heart to the heartland. Heart to the heartland. Turn the volume up, they can hear from hell. Everyone's ready, so let's ring the bell. Ding, 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 let's start the clock. HCW.